Hello and good evening, everybody. There we go. Tafferline says Jason is our leader. I know what you look like now, you little prick. Nick Muller, hi all Ipswich got smashed. They certainly did, mind you. Bloody hell. Didn't see that one coming. Taff has sausage fingers. Well done. There's two for you. Bellend. Yep, so 5 of you in. Come on, let's get some more. Come on. Say we're within the last 100 people now of hitting our 3,000 target, and that's when the signed shirt is coming into it. Matthew Marsden is in, EW Labs is in, so our two quiz masters have entered the fray. I'm looking forward to your questions tonight, guys. I know you're going to want to do it. Jason is our leader. James Edwards, how's it going, everybody? How are you? Fish Star 123, there's a new name. Hi to you too, mate. Nick Muller quite rightly says first stream of Feb. Yep, come on, the port is in. Yeti LOL. I was at the Ipswich game. You was you? Which side of supporters were you on then? Chris J, have you seen our new singing? Isn't it Meet You on My Frog? What the hell? Evans Elshaw or Evan Elshaw. Johnny Fleck got bit by a swan. Age of work hour 8. What happened there? Right then, sausage fingers. I was standing next to you at the game and you clapped like a bellend. I clapped like a bellend. Talking about the clap, your mother's got it. Matthew Myers and Taff can ask a question tonight. But yeah, that was early. But yep, when I have the stuff have stuff today early on. I'm not quite sure what you mean. Let me read that one again. Taff can ask the questions tonight, but can I ask it last? Have stuff today early on. Right, okay. Yes, you can ask the question last. Yeah, sorry, I couldn't quite understand that. EW Labs United are a joke at the moment. Liverpool won the league for sure. Yep, got to be said now. I was on the Ipswich side. Oh, unlucky, mate. Sausage fingers, the new Jordan Green chant is nearly as AIDS as you. Talking about AIDS, your mum have only. Let me try that one again. Talking about AIDS, not only has your mum got the clap, but not saying anymore. Dan Short, hey Taff, all 3 of my teams won Pool, Liverpool and Bournemouth. Hey, there we go. That's nice when that works out, isn't it? Really good, in fact. Right, Jason is your best friend. He's a good lad, is Jason. Fair play. Want a biscuit on Tuesday? Not from you, because I know you'll do something to it. Blue Army says Nick Mullis. We've got 2 Ipswich fans. We're getting ganged up on there, guys. So Yeti was only there because his family supports it, so he supports Newport. Hey, Nick, guess what? You could come support Newport as well if you wanted to. The Gordon Green chant, the Jordan Green, is what you tried to say there, Tony, innit? Is amazing. Yes, it is. Jason's Ali, let me support 3 teams, you freak. If you want to support 3 teams, it's up to you, mate. I don't know. Right then, so not many of the usuals in yet. How about we give everybody a kick up the backside and get them all in? Because we've only got a few. Right, so where he makes the boys sing, I don't like that part. I like where he's and he makes the county sing. That's where I think is better. Dan is a schmuck. Which one's Dan? Yet I did a video. Your family might be in it. There we go. Worth doing. Hi Taff. All right, Millwall T. How's it going, mate? Hi Taff. Spoke with Daniel McNamara this week, and he couldn't say enough about Newport. He loved it there. Gutted about his groin injury. How's your new RB doing? Looking pretty good, actually. I didn't go yesterday, but apparently he had a really, really good game. So Sausage Fingers says that's better, bro. There we go. It's what I do, mate. It's what I do. Dan Short, thoughts on Manchester City losing? I was sure that Raheem Sterling should have been sent off. Same year, I thought he should have been. But, it was a strange game with some strange decisions. And I think where Sterling probably should have been sent off, I can understand kind of why they went against that. I was yawning and I had sort of a half a hiccup at the same time. That was strange as fuck, that was. Matthew Masson, your Kent was unlucky yesterday. Sounds like it, mate. Sounds like it. think it should be makes the stewards cry. Why would Jordan Green make the stewards cry? Or is that what Phelpsy does? I didn't go yesterday, no. Didn't hear the county yesterday, says Lindsay Woolcock. Well, I was listening from about 200, 150 odd miles away, and I could bloody hear them. Obviously through the radio, of course, but I could bloody hear them all game. Baker is quality. Yep, I like Baker. I'd try to go next season to Newport. Yeah, it'd be great, Nick. Come down, get yourself a cheeky hotel room in the town, go out and get steaming and take a slag back, that sort of stuff. Tony Merck, FIFA or PES? FIFA since PlayStation 3. So PlayStation 3 and 4 is definitely FIFA. PlayStation 2 is PES. PlayStation 1 is FIFA. And before that, it was International Superstar Soccer over FIFA. But then that didn't come out until after FIFA 95, which was an absolute revelation at its time. But I'm an old bastard. I've played every FIFA going. I've owned every single FIFA going. Ever since 1994, FIFA International Soccer. And in 1994, I would have been 10 years old. So, yep, I was first getting into gaming then. And I played FIFA in 1994. What a quality game it was as well. Football games really, really have evolved something special, haven't they? So Benny YY, the second half was good. First half we played terrible. The ref was terrible. Sounds like the ref was terrible. Yeti, were you at the Leyton Orient game? I was there for that. Yeah. Are Mansfield relegation candidates? Surely not. Our ref was rubbish yesterday, says Nick Muller. Yep, I can imagine so. Oh, refs in the low league. They tend to be pretty rubbish, don't they? Ollie Graham is in. How's it going, mate? Stewards was annoying Tuesday. Yeah, I mean, all we were doing is a bit of a jump about, they were all ganging up on us and all that, and trying to form some kind of frigging wall. It's like, it's me, an old bastard, and a bunch of young children around me. Well, that makes me sound like a bit of a nonce, actually, doesn't it? So I won't ever say that again. But I mean, there was no harm done, was there? There really wasn't. There really wasn't. Tonbridge Angels pitch is rubbish. Probably not as bad as Tranmere's at the moment. Where is Henry? Well, Henry was meant to be coming, but he bowed out, and get this, because he went to go and see his nan. No, I'm only joking. Henry's a good boy. He made plans with his nan, so he's there at the moment. But he may be here next Sunday. What do you think of Stephen Bergwijn? He took his bloody goal really well, didn't he? Fair play to him. Hell of a strike. What a way to mark your debut, eh? When I don't play football video games, is VAR on it now? VAR is on Football Manager, but not on FIFA. It should be on FIFA, but it's not. But it'll probably be put into it next season, maybe. But it's definitely on Football Manager. I've been stiffed by VAR on Football Manager a few times, actually. Yes, my Newport County team is in the Premier League, so I get to use VAR. Quality in it. Yeti, LOL, that's the only game I could make this season. What, the Leyton Orient one? So would you sort of live that side of the country then, do you? Jason Zalid, no, you waffler. What the hell are you on about? Dan Short, right. Ollie Graham, you should come to the Black and Gold Stadium. Interesting. Right then. Tony, I like the bouncing, but can get annoying when the younger ones push and shove for no reason. It's probably why many don't stand with us anymore. To be honest with you, something that I'm going to try and stop if I can. Purely because some of our older ones don't stand with us because of it, and it's a bit of a shame, because the likes of Kev and all that, Kev and Tom Tremaine and people like that, Matthew Larkham and all them, they don't stand with us. Scratchy as well, Robbie Leonard. A lot of our old boys don't stand with us because they don't like the pushing. I mean, they're old enough to be able to tell the kids to stop it, and if they don't, they end up kicking their heads in. But they don't seem to want to do that. So if we could put a stop to that, that'd be great. I mean, there's nothing wrong with bouncing around. There's nothing wrong with going mental, and and if the momentum takes you forward a bit, then so be it. But when you're physically pushing people, it gets pretty bad, and especially if there's no rail at the front, so people could fall flat on their face. That would be quite funny to see a bit of a face plant, but no, someone would get hurt. Score prediction for Tuesday, I think we'll win 3-0. Thoughts on Wilfred Boney? He's gone to Al Ittihad now, so I don't really have any thoughts for it, to be honest with you, labs. Weird, as he said, County would stay in his CV, then goes to Qatarian farmers, yeah. Well, that's the thing. Al Ittihad, there's money there at the end of the day, so he's probably being paid like 100k a week. to go there. But then, a lot of players move to the Middle East. You know, that's just how it is. A lot of players move there because there's money. A bit like China. And can you honestly say any of the Chinese teams there are technically bigger than Newport County? Well, bigger stadiums. It's the same with the Qatari teams or the United Arab Emirates teams. It's what it is at the end of the day. So Ollie Graham, local champions, obviously not mathematically, but it's as good as. Right, so yet he lives in Ipswich. So did you not go to the Colchester game then? Millwall, do you think Swindon can win the league? It's looking quite likely, but to be honest with you, Plymouth are getting a bit of momentum about them now, aren't they? So possibly Plymouth could end up taking it, to be honest with you. Right then. So Sausage Fingers seems to think that Argyle will. Yeah, good for you, mate. Any news on Joe Ledley? There's nothing yet. I got a feeling there may be something tomorrow, though. Let's keep our ears to the ground, innit? Thoughts on Khan? I think he's a quality signing. I was there last season for the Mansfield away game, the league match, the first game of the season, and he absolutely tore us to pieces in that game. And if he can play like that for us at any point during the season, he's going to be a hell of a signing for us. I can't believe Mansfield let him go, to be honest with you. So Tony, I'm hoping to go to Oldham away. What's the stadium like and what's the Oldham fans like? Also, it was a good day out. Wasn't a bad day out, to be honest with you. Parking, you got a good bit of parking that's not too far from the stadium, so that's good. So you go to this like car park off to the left a bit. It's not actually that far, and there's a pub just at the bottom as well. So everything's quite close, to be honest with you, for the away fans. So it's actually quite good in Oldham. I'm actually planning on going there myself. What are your predictions for Liverpool versus Shrewsbury? It depends completely on who Liverpool play. I think Jurgen Klopp may rethink. Now there's a 22-point gap in the Premier League. I think he may be thinking, look, I can risk one or two first teamers now, because at the end of the day, if Liverpool have as good as win the league, the only thing that's at stake for them in the Premier League is some records that they could potentially break. But what would you rather have, records or trophies? I think if you speak to any Liverpool fan, they'd say trophies, because at the moment, it doesn't matter if they break records and stuff like that, they are still the greatest Premier League team of all time. I mean, unless they go and lose every game from now to the end of the season, of course. Well, not quite that, but the way they're playing at the moment, they're going to finish above 100 points and possibly could go unbeaten anyway. And with the run of games they got coming up, they got the likes of like Burnley at home, is it? Or they got Bournemouth and they got a lot of like the teams like Watford and teams like that as well, and Norwich. A lot of the teams who are at the bottom end of the table. So if I was Jurgen Klopp, I think, right, okay, and the likes of Origi and Lovren and Lallana and Adrian could obviously play against Shrewsbury at Anfield, and then throw your kids in around them like your Nico Williams, your Harvey Elliott's and your Curtis Jones, players like that. I think Chiravella is a hell of a player as well, so get him in there for certain. But I definitely think Liverpool could field a competitive enough team with it still being interesting, but to be able to get through in the tie. Let Shrewsbury make the money and bear out, Anyway, Ledley off the Rovers, I've heard, as the club is failing to make an agreement with him, but don't know any truth in it. It wouldn't surprise me if he ends up at Rovers, to be honest, because they have got a bit more money to offer. But to be honest with you, I think if he really wants to have a shot at getting into the Wales squad, he's got to stand out. If he goes to Rovers, what's he really going to do? Rovers aren't going to be pushing for promotion. They aren't going to be in a relegation battle where they need to turn things round. It's going to be a bit of a stagnant season for the rest of the year for Rovers. Whereas with us, there's a chance of playing at Wembley for one, in a cup final, because obviously we're in the quarter final, potentially semi final, and then final of the Leasing.com trophy. And then if we end up making ground with our games in hand, we have got a real shot at making those playoffs again. Possibly even if we've got a good enough run, top three. Joe Ledley would fit in perfectly for that. So 18 of you win, only 4 likes. I hope we get the thumbs up going. Let's get some likes, guys. The more likes we get, the more viewers we get. The more comments we get, the more money the channel makes. The more activity you have on this channel, the more we make. And let's say we were currently making around about £200 a year off of this YouTube channel. It goes straight into the Amber Army coffers, goes towards new flags, invested into new merchandise, and of course pays for sponsorships with the club, and we donate money to the club as well. So the more money we make from this, the more it will benefit the club, and you don't have to do anything, you know, other than just watch some videos, click like, and make some comments. It's as pure and simple as that. Even share the videos to get more views on them as well. And the more subscribers as well, get more subscribers, get more people subscribing to this, because you guys, the regulars, are going to benefit, because there is a signed shirt going up for grabs. I mean, we got no, we have got a giveaway, because I know I promised on Monday that we are giving away a signed program. We are doing that. Labs, we still owe you one. We will be doing a giveaway on our Facebook with one of them, and we will be auctioning one of them off as well. I think I might leave us with one left, where we can work something out with that one. But there is a signed West Ham programme coming up, and it will be on question number 4 of the trivia, which does start in just under 5 minutes, guys. So stick around, stick around. So the ref was awful at Leighton. Yes, he absolutely was. Newport defo should have got something at Plymouth, mate. Yeah, well, that's what everyone keeps saying. Liverpool could be 50 points ahead, but Klopp will not change his mind about the FA Cup. When he says something, he means that Liverpool will play kids, and he will not turn up. Oh well. EW Labs Mansfield away, always a fun match. Hopefully we get another pen for Matty. Yeah, there we go. Richard Pierce, evening Richard, bloody hell. What's this Jason Azalida saying? Jason Azalida, I hope you, I tell you what, when I do see you, I'm going to give you a smack for that, because Richard's a good guy. That's not very nice to say that. Trivia King Richard, we got 3 of them in there now. Oh, so Jason Azalida is joking, right? Stevens Collective, what's the team we are most likely to beat if we reach the trophy semis? Well, we've already been drawn against Salford at home, so if we do beat, you know, if we play Salford at home, we could do that. We could actually, you know, beat them quite easily, I think, and get this and get to the final, in his mega bucks. Salford at home is going to be a good match. Yeah, we've got to beat Leicester first, though, mate. But the good thing about Leicester is all their youth players have been put out on loan, which is great. Not the vermin again, says Richard. Oh, you tell me about it, mate. Stevens Collect, you said that the comments make the Amber Army more money, so here is a comment. I mean, on the actual videos, on the chat, the only thing that really makes money on the super chat is the donations. Like when Matthew usually chucks a quid or two in, you know, on a stream. Whenever we get a donation, that's where the money comes from, this kind of comment. But when you watch a regular video and put a comment in on that, then that's seen as an impression. The more impressions, the more views, the more monetized views. So if you're watching it and you're seeing an ad, if you can actually click the link to the ad, that makes us money, you know. So little things all come together, and they can end up making us more money. Labs, I won't partake in number 4 then, in case. May as well have a go. What's better than one program? 2. And it would make it so much easier for me to take 2 programs to one person than 2 programs to 2 people. Not saying that I hope you win it. I hope whoever gets the question right wins it. So hurry up with the trivia. Okay. I'll see what I can do when I catch up on everybody now. What happened to Mansfield? Well, it looks like they just had a crap season. Strange as fuck. Hi, what have I missed? Not a lot, Matthew, to be honest with you, mate. Trivia's coming up very soon. W Labs sacked their manager after they lost to us. Worst decision they've made. Flitcroft, yeah, they expected promotion. He didn't get it. They sacked him. Probably shouldn't have, because they'd be doing a lot better this season if they had, you know, that's egg in their face, you know, the people at the top. Tony, Newport versus Portsmouth at Wembley. That's a game and an atmosphere. The more people at Wembley, the more money we make, because it is an even split between the two clubs for the Wembley gate receipts. Obviously, the Football League take their bit, but then, you know, the clubs get half of whatever's left over. So it doesn't matter how many people we bring and how many people they bring. Both clubs get half anyway. So if it's Portsmouth, they'll probably fill that end and we'll make more money. Marcus, mate, bloody hell, I haven't seen you for a while, mate. How's it going? Stevens Collective, oh right. Ah, right, okay there. Jason's a leader, fight me. Is that aimed at me? Because I tell you something now, I will fight you. Anytime, any place, my friend. Bradley Jarrett, new chant. What new chant, mate? You got one? Do you think 2 should still drop from League Two? No, I mean, Bury have already been expelled. I mean, there's no point making 2 teams fall from the Football League because you end up having to bring 3 up from the division below. At the end of the day, I mean, you get the same promotion from the non-league, and then just have the 1 team fall out and only the 3 fall from League One. Jason, in the busy, I'll pepper you. We'll just see about that, my mucker. Matthew Marsden, if you don't get my question right tonight, Taff, I will donate £1, but no help from anyone. So if I don't get your question right, you'll donate £1. So basically, no, if I get it right, you'll donate £1. If I don't get it right, you won't donate £1. Is that right then, is it? Where's I've conquered all the chippies chant gone, all good version of the It's the video's on you. It's one of our most watched videos at the moment. So S Bennett says, Bennett, great. EW Labs, he could just give up a £3. Give up for a £3, yeah. So it's got to be, I've got to get it right. Joel Morgan just pissed off that Tyreek had to score yesterday and celebrate as well. That was a bit nasty, wasn't it? Elliot H up the O's, great 3-0 win for us. Rose Satori, always one of our own. Yeah, fair play, good player he is. I was really impressed with him, mate, to be honest. And I love it that you stuck it to Graham Wesley's team. I forgive you for having the referee on your side last week. Oh, Jason's leader, I'll have you, lad. You couldn't even have your own fucking breakfast, mate. I bet you couldn't fight your way out of a wet paper fucking bag. Matthew Marsden, correct, right. So I get it right, you'll donate £1. I get it wrong, I don't. You don't, right? Okay. Right then, there we go. I'm really impressed. We've got Ryder Morgans at the club. Yeah, fair play. He sounded really good, didn't he, at the meeting? Anyway, guys, it's time for trivia now. Are we ready? I've actually got the most up-to-date trivia app to get the questions from. So these are going to be ever more challenging, but a fair bit more up-to-date. So it's all good. It's all good. Ready for number 1? Number 1, right. As of 2019, only 3 Danish players have won the Premier League. Name them. So, Bradley Jarrett, well, while you guys think about that one, so Matthew Marsden has got, and Richard Pearce, both Schmeichels, Peter and Kasper Schmeichel, correct, but there is one more, which I don't think anyone's going to get. So, Ryan Innes is magic, he wears a magic hat, and if you throw a brick at him, he'll head the fucker back. He'll head it to the left, he'll head it to the right. You got to find the ending to that though, mate. Bradley, you got to get the ending. So we're saying, there we go. Well done, lads. Lindegaard. So no Laudrup's ever really played for a Premier League winning team. Solskjaer was Norwegian. So you go. There's your 3 Danish. Anders Lindegaard. Anders Lindegaard. Peter and Anders Lindegaard. Peter Schmeichel, both Man United, and Kasper Schmeichel for Leicester. And the funny thing is, with the 3 Danish, they're all goalkeepers. Only Danish goalkeepers have won the Premier League. Question number 2 then, ladies and gentlemen. Who is the only player to be capped internationally by a non-European country to win the PFA Young Player of the Year award? So who is the only player to be capped internationally by a non-European country to win the PFA Young Player of the Year award? Now this one's a toughie. This one really, really is a toughie. So it appears I wouldn't have got that. Funny enough, when I was doing it, I didn't get it. I didn't get this one either, but the tough one I got within 2 seconds. I got it myself within 2 seconds. So I actually go through these quizzes myself and find the ones that I find pretty challenging. Even though I got the one in 2 seconds, it just came to me. And I wasn't even 100% sure when I was putting the answer in, but I got it right. But it is a toughie at the end, mind. It is a toughie. So Kolo Touré is incorrect. Drogba is incorrect. Gabriel Jesus is a good shape, but it's incorrect. There we go. Bradley Jarrett's got the end, and when we get promotion, we'll sing this song all night. Hey, that's awesome. I like that, the Ryan Innes chant. Yeah. I tell you what, Bradley, I think we're going to use that. So Yaya Toure is not Yaya. It's not Yaya. Fucking hell, labs, well done, mate. It is. It's Harry Kewell. Good Googling, mate. Well done. So it's Harry Kewell. It was while he was at Leeds, and the country he was capped by was Australia. So well done, labs. That's a bloody good answer. Well done, mate. You got the Lindegaard as well. You got the Lindegaard. You got the Kewell. Wait, what? It's right. You know it's right. You Googled it. You lying piece of shit. Right then. Question number 3 then. In the 2013-14 Premier League season, 2 Frenchmen scored over 10 goals. Name them. So in the 2013-14 season, 2 Frenchmen, just 2, scored over 10 goals. Name them. Correct, Matthew. Giroud. There was one more. I don't think you're going to get it. Unless Labs Googles it, of course, again. So Richard Pearce, Olivier Giroud is correct, but Louis Saha is not. Jason is our leader. Says Remy. Yes, it is. It's Loic Remy. Well done, mate. EW Labs, Remy at Chelsea. Wasn't Chelsea, though. It was Remy, but it wasn't Chelsea. It wasn't Chelsea. Who was it, though? Newcastle. Hey, Jason's our leader. Hey, he Googled properly. But was Newcastle his parent club, though? Richard Pearce and Jason, between them, have got it right. Because he played half a season. Played half a season for QPR, and then he went on loan to Newcastle for the rest of it. And between the two, he scored 10 Premier League goals. So, well done, Jason, as our leader. You know, you've earned a tiny little bit of respect back from me, but only a tiny little bit. It counts as new. Yeah, I think he scored 10 at Newcastle, but he'd already scored a few for QPR before that. So, yeah, well done, guys. I mean, you've smashed it so far tonight, haven't you? I'm actually expecting somebody to get this right without the clues now, so the giveaway will happen. I believe in you. I really do. So here we go. Question number 4. It is a who am I, but it's not a teammates one. Here we go. My career started in London and ended where I grew up. I won 23 England caps. I won 1 FA Cup, 1 League Cup, and 1 UEFA Cup, and I played for 6 Premier League clubs. Who am I? I'll do that again. My career started in London and ended where I grew up. I won 23 England caps. I won 1 FA Cup, 1 League Cup, 1 UEFA Cup, and I played for 6 Premier League clubs. Who am I? So Crouch is incorrect. Keane is incorrect. Defoe is incorrect. If fucking hell, what's wrong with me? If Ipswich stay down and Newport go up, yet you can watch Newport at Portman Road. Hey, there we go. Oh, fucking hell, Labs. You're putting me tonight. You're killing me. It is. It's Barnby. Labs. It's Nick Barnby. It is. Fucking hell. Nick Barnby. It's Nick Barnby. Nick Barnby has done it. 8.5 ended up at Hull. Very good. Yeah, that's it. So we started his career off at Tottenham, then moved on to Middlesbrough, then on to Everton, and quite controversially moved over to Liverpool from Everton, then from Liverpool to Leeds, went on loan to Nottingham Forest, and then ended up at Hull City. Quite funnily, the thing that got it for me is because it said 1 FA Cup, 1 League Cup, and 1 UEFA Cup. I thought of Barnby because he would have won them all in the same season. He was one of the few that left from that team not long afterwards, because obviously it wasn't long later then that they ended up winning the bloody Champions League. But it started his career in London. I knew he started his career at Tottenham, so there we go. So good shake, Labs. But you're saying that you shouldn't have 2, and I gotta be fair, mate. That's good of you because you're already getting 1. So I'll tell you what then. The remaining one will go to whoever stumps me the hardest in these next questions. But I'm only doing 4 people, and Matthew has earned the right to get one of the questions, but he wants to do the last one. So I'll tell you what, I could give it to Matthew, couldn't I? No. I'll tell you what, right? Right. Yeah, 4 questions. Matthew's getting the last one. Who wants the first question? Who wants the first question? Jason is our leader. Go on, I'll tell you what, I'm going to let you do it as long as you're bloody serious. You can do them. Right, Labs, you can have a question. Or Harry Tovey wants one. So it's Jason as our leader, Harry Tovey. If nobody else says they want to ask one, then Labs, you can ask one. Or what we can do is do the giveaway and then you can ask one afterwards, after the 4th one. That's what we'll do, actually. That is what we'll do. So we've got 3 people asking questions, but we need, obviously, Jason's our leader is the first one. So you get your question ready. Harry Tovey, you can have second. And then Labs, you'll have the one after Matthew Marsden's. So are we going to get Tony? Yep, there we go. So Tony's number 3. Cool. So question number 1 is from Jason as our leader, and if it's a serious one, we'll go with it. If it's not a serious one, then, you know, we'll skip you, and then we'll open the floor to someone else. Gotta make a cracking cup of tea. That was lush. Right then, Jason is our leader. We're waiting for your question, my man. Well, we can finish on time tonight. Jeez. Right, so where are we then? We're waiting for the question. Anytime now. Come on. Right, Jason, you've got until the 32-minute mark to do it. If you don't, then I'm going to switch straight over to Harry. I'll tell you what, I'll give you another 30 seconds. It might be a slow typer, you never know. You might be trying to spell. Nothing. No. Alright, piss off, Jason. So Labs, you'll be after Matthew. We got the floor open for another question if anybody wants one. Harry Tovey, get your question ready. Get your question ready, Harry. You're up next. Yep, Labs, you can finish us off for the night. And Jason, obviously the answer is me and my big fat fucking fingers. Yeah, I got 3 of them for you. 1, 2, and 3. Bellend. What are the questions like? It's up to you. It's up to you. If Yeti, you can ask a question if you'd like. It's just a football trivia question. Any football trivia question you want to ask. So Yeti, you are going to be the 3rd. Weedy, where was you at Plymouth? I was at home. I had to work in the morning. I had to work in the afternoon as well. I had loads of work to do. Loads. Fucking loads. So Harry, yep, give me a minute, please. I will give you, yep, I'll give you 30 seconds, in fact. No, I'm only joking. Crack on, mate. And then we got Tony's coming next. So Tony, get your question ready. Yeti, you're asking one. Taff, you gave me 1 minute. I gave you longer than that. I was sitting here for ages. Opinions on you getting triggered at the newcomer who shake his sausage fingers at you. You call that getting triggered? Fuck it hell. You haven't even seen Triggered. I was just trying to scare the little guy. You were so triggered. Ah, fuck off. Whatever your name is. I don't have a clue what question to ask, says Yeti. I don't know. Maybe you could Google one. Google a football trivia question. Name all the United team in the 1992. So, alright, okay. Okay, so, so it would have been Peter Schmeichel, Dennis Irwin, Gary Pallister, Steve Bruce, Paul Parker. It would have been Paul Ince, Roy Keane, Lee Sharp, Ryan Giggs, Andrei Kanchelskis, Eric Cantona, Brian McClare, Mark Hughes. Am I about right on all them? Brian McClare, Brian Robson, Who else would have played for them then? Clayton Blackmore, maybe. I did say Peter Schmeichel, didn't I? Yeah, Peter Schmeichel was in goal. You know. Elf teams. What? So, would you say I pretty much named the Man United team there? We're on to the next now. So, Tony, it's your question, mate. Weedy8 has a question. So, Jason Zalida says, Chris Overthorne running the middle of the park. I wouldn't say much about running. If I tried running, I'll probably end up passing out, mate. Weedy8, I have a question. Well, we'll get to you then. Well, if Yeti isn't going to ask one, then Weedy, you can ask a question. So, Tony, what's more impressive, Pep taking over City? What's more impressive, Pep taking over City and winning the league, or Klopp taking over and winning the UCL? All right, so what we say, it's obviously trivia questions, so that there's an opinion-based question, Tony. So it's a trivia question we're looking for, mate. So go on, Yeti. You can do it. Yeti, if you've got one, you can have one. We'll try and squeeze everybody in if we can. But Matthew's asking the final one because he asked if he could ask the last one. Paul Dixon, evening, Chris. Can I ask a question, please? We'll try and squeeze you in, mate. Harry Tovey, I'll come back next week with a better one. Happy days. Weedy8. Who am I? I have fingers similar to meat. My second name contains a colour, and I'm a plastic. Clark isn't a colour. I thought you were on about Chris Scratch Clark. No, I'm joking. Weedy8, that's a poor attempt. Tony, get another question ready. Yeti, go on then, Yeti. You have one, then Paul, then Tony, then Matthew, and then we'll have Labs' one afterwards. Labs has quite graciously given up his sign program because it mean he'd been winning 2 for the 4th question. So it's gonna whoever comes in with the strongest question coming up now. So Tony's question. So would you prefer England to win the World Cup or Newport to get relegated? Easy, England to win the World Cup, of course. At least if England win the World Cup, my team doesn't potentially go out of freaking business. You know what I mean? Name all the sides that have won more than 4 UCLs in the history of the competition. I think you were trying to say there who've won more than 4. So then that's Real Madrid, Barcelona, Liverpool, Milan, and Bayern Munich. Is that correct, Tony? So Yeti, in the British leagues, what is the most times a manager has signed the same player? Would it be Harry Redknapp signing Peter Crouch? It's got to be, isn't it? Harry Redknapp signing Peter Crouch. So, Tony, am I right? And Yeti, am I right? Paul Dixon, I think I've got a question, Chris. That is a tough one. Ooh, interesting. Yep, okay. We'll have a look at that then, mate. You'll be next as soon as Yeti and Tony confirm whether I've got their questions correct. So I'm saying it's Harry Redknapp and Peter Crouch for Yeti's question, and I'm saying all the sides have won more than 4 UCLs as Liverpool, Real Madrid, Barcelona, AC Milan, and Bayern Munich for Tony's question. So, right. So Kobe Campbell, I'm a Plymouth fan, and I'm related to Tom King, your keeper. What are your thoughts on his performance yesterday overall? Well, I wasn't there yesterday, unfortunately, mate, so I haven't really got much of an opinion on the game. But from what I've heard, the whole team played really well. Stevens Collective, how come your nickname is Taff? Always wondered. Well, I actually lived in Glasgow for a while, and when you live outside of Wales, you generally do get nicknamed the Taff if you're Welsh. Well, I was deemed as one of them that, I fit in really well up there. So they called me like a Glaswegian, but not a Glaswegian. I'm a Taff Wegian, if that makes sense. A Welsh Glaswegian. So So I've always been Taff region. So Tony Merck says, yes, I'm spot on. Yeti, am I correct? Yeti, I need to know if I'm correct, mate. Paul, get your question ready, and then Matthew, get yours ready. So Paul, you're next, then Matthew, and then afterwards I'm going to work out who was the strongest question and who gets the signed program. And from there then, Labs is going to ask his question, and then we're going to call it a night. Tony Merck. Oh yeah, sorry mate, yeah. Saying that, yes, I was spot on. Here we go, see, I know a thing or two. I'm eager to know if I'm right about that one that Yeti asked. I'm eager to see Paul's because he says it's a tricky one. Bring it on, my friend, bring it on. Looking forward to this one now. Fuck, that cup of tea was lush. I want to make another one now. Paul Dixon, here it comes. Right, here we go. 25 years ago, Eric Cantona attacked a fan in a match against Crystal Palace. The game ended a draw. Who scored the equaliser for Crystal Palace? Ooh. Ooh. Was it John Salako? I think Salako was playing for him then. No, it wasn't. I don't think I remember many Crystal Palace players from back then, to be honest with you. I think I'm stumped, to be honest. It was pretty early. That's early doors, that, isn't it? That's like 94, 95, isn't it? Jesus. So Richard Pearce is offering some answers here. So he said Darren Pitcher and Bruce Dyer. Although I remember Bruce Dyer. Darren Pitcher doesn't ring a bell, mind you. But Richard, he's pretty damn good. So Paul and Chris Armstrong. Oh, there's Chris Armstrong, yeah. That's a shape, mind you. So, Paul, is it any of Richard's suggestions for the answers there? Chris Coleman was playing for them, yeah. Yeti, you were wrong. I was wrong. What's the answer then, mate? Jason's Ali, will you be there Tuesday? Sausage. Yes, I will. So Paul Dixon says no. None of them answers were right. Eric Young, was he playing for Crystal Palace then? Eric Young, I'm sure. Junior Lewis and Peter Taylor. Oh, bloody hell. That's a toughie, isn't it? I'll tell you what, that's going to stand a chance yet. That's going to stand a chance. Gareth Southgate was playing for them then as well, wasn't he? Or was he? Yeah, he would have been playing for them then. So it must have been Gareth Southgate then, was it? So Paul, was it Gareth Southgate then? Must be, yeah, Gareth Southgate. It's got to be. Yeah, well done, Richard. If I don't get it, it's usually Labs or Richard who gets it, or if Luke Canty's in, or even Matthew. Right then, talking about Matthew, it's your shake now, mate. Your question. OMT07, best county player with question marks. So another is asking, who's the best county player? Got to say Josh Sheehan at the moment. Got to say Josh Sheehan. £1 on the line, Taff. Oh, I know. And there's a programme in it for Matthew, potentially. 25 years ago, time flies. It certainly does, mate, doesn't it? Jeez. It's crazy. So Matthew, I'm looking forward to this, mate. Right. 8 have played, or I have played with Matt Jarvis, Martin Kelly, Naki Wells, Jimmy Bullard, and Gary Taylor Fletcher. Who am I? Matt Jarvis, Martin Kelly, Naki Wells, Jimmy Bullard, and Gary Taylor Fletcher. Is it Victor Moses? This is fucking hard, this isn't it? So with Matt Jarvis, Martin Kelly, Naki Wells, Jimmy Bullard and Gary Taylor Fletcher. I can always rely on you, Matthew, can't I? The pain for the Amber Army at stake here. Oh. Alright. Paul's right, this is a tough question. So I played with Matt Jarvis, Martin Kelly, Naki Wells, Jimmy Bullard and Gary Taylor Fletcher. Oh my god, this is hard. This is so Matt Jarvis, Martin Kelly, Naki Wells, Jimmy Bullard and Gary Taylor Fletcher. I want to say Connor Wickham. Well, is it Connor Wickham? Of course it's not. Because you always feck me over, don't you, Matthew, with these questions. Oh, fair play to you, mate. Matt Jarvis, Martin Kelly, Naki Wells, Jimmy Bullard, Gary Taylor Fletcher. I'm going to have to give up on this one. Nick Muller has said Marcus Bent. Richard Pearce has said Tom Ince. Is it any of them? No, it's none of them. Alright then. I'm going to give up the pound. I'm giving up the quid. Give us the answer. You're winning the programme, Matthew. What we got? What's the answer, mate? Put us out of our misery. We can ask Lab's question and I can go to bed with my head held in shame for being stumped yet again. Go on then. Who is it? Labs, get your question ready, mate. And then we're going to be signing off with Labs' question. Fucking hell. Always give us a hard one, don't you, mate? Fair play to you, Matthew. Very rare I get yours right. And it's only right that you should get something for it because you know you always come on here and stump me. I know you do one of our hats when we get them. I've been told we're getting them next week. So, fingers crossed. Still eager for this answer. Jeez. Matt Jarvis at Gillingham, Martin Kelly, Huddersfield, oh fucking hell. Naki Wells, Bradford. Naki Wells, Bradford. Jimmy Bullard, Wigan. Gary Taylor Fletcher, Blackpool. I had a feeling Gary Taylor Fletcher would be Blackpool. But Gillingham, Huddersfield, Bradford, Wigan, Blackpool. I had a feeling Bullard would be Wigan. I know now. It's Michael Flynn, isn't it? It is Michael Flynn, isn't it? Michael Flynn played for Gillingham, played for Huddersfield, played for Bradford. Yes, it's Flynn. Fucking hell. Oh, Jesus wept. Oh, I was so off the mark with that one. I was so off the freaking mark with that one. Jesus. There we go. You got to take the programme for that one, mate. That was a hell of a question, mate. The programme is yours, Matthew. It's yours. You can take it. We'll have Labs' question. We'll have Labs' question and then we'll call it a night. So, I've been a teammate of James Milner, Dimitar Berbatov, Andy Johnson, Wilfred Broney, and Frank Quaidrew. Who am I? No, I think my brain is too fried trying to get Matthew's question right. Being a teammate of James Milner, Dimitar Berbatov, Andy Johnson, Wilfred Boney, and Frank Quaidrew. So whoever it was would have played for Middlesbrough with Quaidrew, unless Quaidrew went somewhere else. I can't think of who we would have gone to. Wilfred Boney, it would have been Swansea or is it Kyle Norton? Is it Kyle Norton? No. I was thinking of Stuart Downing, but he wouldn't have been with Berbatov. He wouldn't have been Boney either. Frank Quaidrew and Milner possibly. Andy Johnson, no. Wouldn't have been at Johnson, no. It was James Milner started off at Leeds, and then when Leeds went pear-shaped, he ended up at he played for Newcastle and Villa, and then ended up going to Man City, and obviously played for Liverpool now as well. I don't think it's obviously a Liverpool connection. No, lads, I give up on that one, mate. I'm going to have to call it on that one. Ian Booth is asking, do you think we'll make playoffs? I bloody hope so. Sam G, I've got a question. Sorry, mate, you're a bit too late. Wainwright Ledge. Fair play, mate. Fair play. All right, then. Look, guys, that's all we've got time for tonight. So thank you all for joining. Congratulations, Matthew, on your new programme, and Labs from last time as well. And everybody else who joined into this chat, thank you. Thank you. Hey, go on, Labs. Chucked in a quid. He's a good boy. Happy days. Get in touch with Twitter for the programme. Yes, I will do, mate. And what I'll do as well then, mate, is I'll sort you out with your hat as well then. Hopefully we'll get it soon for you. Alright then. Thank you all for joining. Paul, it was great to see some pictures of you with the guys in Bridgewater earlier. Happy days, mate. And yeah, cheers all. We'll see you again next week. I'll be putting out a video in the middle of the week. I'll be putting out a regular Taff's word, so keep your eyes peeled for that one. Alright then, cheers again, and good night all. Cheerio for now, and as always, up the county. Good night, everybody. Thank you again.